their emails and released them. And I noticed Infowars.com was in there. I saw that in the Sydney Morning Herald, that I guess it's Assad's father-in-law was like, here, Infowars seems to have it broken down. Look at this. So it's also, it shows that the Syrian government's probably not that sophisticated if they're having to figure out what's going on, partially from Infowars.com. But I just don't want to see the Al-Qaeda flag, even though I'm supposed to love Al-Qaeda as an American because Obama says so. I don't want to see Al-Qaeda, I know I'm unpatriotic, taking over your country.
Thanks, we appreciate that. But we're not going to allow that to happen. That's what they want in the end, you know. I have videos of these, parts of these insurgent forces, and by and large, you know, they have the same kind of Salafist Wahhabi ideology as Al-Qaeda. So I have videos of them holding up the Al-Qaeda flag on multiple occasions. So it's not really anything to be denied. And actually, half of them, maybe not half, I can't really say percentages and whatnot, I don't have statistics, but a large portion of them are actually from outside of Syria. And even the Western media has reported this.
Oh, yeah, no. In Libya, once they'd killed Gaddafi, they were holding up signs saying, Syria, here we come. Damascus, here we come. I mean, it's clear.
And they met up in Turkey talking about how they were going to come there. And Turkey and Jordan are where these people are trained. And there's actually images of either mercenaries or special forces, Westerners with a British flag on their side and very expensive Kevlar and American weapons. We have images of them training these people in how to create bombs. So yeah, you mentioned George Soros and his, humanitarian NGOs. Well, there's actually NGOs out there and they have websites, and Syria has captured shipments of their stuff to these insurgents, and they include walkie-talkies, and they've captured so many shipments of weapons, including Israeli weapons. So in the media, you hear things like, oh, the US is discussing whether or not it will arm the insurgency. Actually, it's been armed since the beginning.
Well, that's right. They admit in Jordan, this has even been in the BBC and even Associated Press, there's U.S. troops right on the border at these camps arming them and then spilling them in, and then little CIA Anderson Cooper, who admits he's CIA, gets up and goes, I'm liberal, oh, help everybody, oh, help them. I mean, it's so... People think if somebody has a limp wrist that war is suddenly trendy. And that's all a camouflage with Anderson Cooper, that whole I'm a sweetie cake act. Oh, we've really got to help the protesters. I mean, it is so sick. Well, Syrian girl, we've put your Twitter up on screen if folks want to contact you. From what I've seen, though, it looks like the tide is starting to turn against this Western-backed Al-Qaeda revolution, and that things are really starting to reverse. Is that fair to say from your contacts in Syria?
I definitely agree. I'm still cautious of what might be put against Syria next. I feel like they want to start creating a civil war. So, the way that they create a civil war is they continuously bomb one side and then the other until even, one person is idiotic enough to think, oh, actually, I was bombed by the other side. And that's all it takes to turn a fake civil war into a real civil war. So I feel this is their next step in Syria. This is what they're going to try to do. But I feel, we're not going to go for it. We've already, Syria's already basically defeated the insurgency, the FSA. It's just these cells of, bomb makers that it now has to.
Well, that's like 6 years ago. It was even in the British news. They caught SAS dressed up like Wahhabists driving around shooting Shiites and Shiite police, trying to get a civil war going in Basra. It's full spectrum dominance. If you're going to be somewhere, you've got to be able to say there's the war. And so the bankers fund the terrorists and fund the insurrection as a pretext to be there. And now they've said they're going to start bombing Damascus, and then the government's got to clamp down to stop that, and then they could say, oh, look, the government's authoritarian. This is pure manipulation, and we'll continue to track it and watch it from here. Be safe. Syrian girl, thank you so much for spending time with us.
If I may make one last sentence,
sure.
I just want to say that there's a lot of talk in Syria that the emails, the so-called Assad emails are not really his, and the names even on the email are not true. I just wanted to just say that because otherwise I'll regret not saying it.
Oh, that's probably the case. That's probably the case. They probably put InfoWars in there to, you know, go after us. I know they've done similar things to us in the past. Who knows? I just saw that in the City Morning Herald. I don't know if you saw it a few weeks ago, and it was like, you know, Infowars.com and the emails. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time the establishment's done stuff like that. Well, listen, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Well, I was only going to go for about 15 minutes, but wow. Amazing in-depth interview, not sound bites there, with the lady that goes for safety by Syrian girl. And she comes from one of the former ruling class families who didn't actually like Assad's father. So there you go. But they don't want to see their country bombed, and with all those love bombs that Obama likes to drop that Hillary's calling for, carpet bombing the country to protect the protesters, the Al-Qaeda. And again, if you don't like the fact that I don't like Al-Qaeda, I don't care. I'm not for Al-Qaeda. And I know nowadays in America that's seen as extremist, that's seen as bad. I don't want to ship guns to the Mexican drug lords like the White House does. I don't want to fund Al-Qaeda. I just want freedom. I'm not for cancer viruses and the vaccines. I'm a bad guy. I'm an extremist. I want freedom. I don't want to devalue the dollar. I'm a bad guy again. I'm announcing our biggest contest ever. And we're looking for people who love freedom and who want to be all in the resistance to tyrants. So you say you want to fight the New World Order. Why, if you were on the radio, if you were Alex Jones, you'd really kick some globalist ass. Well, here's your chance. We're hiring not one, but 2 new reporters whose reports are going to be on the radio, whose reports are going to be on the nightly news, who will even anchor the show. If you're ready, here's your chance to step into my shoes, and I hope you surpass what I've done. 2 winners, $10,000 in prizes, and a shot to be a reporter inside the Infowars.com command center. We're looking to hire 1 male reporter and 1 female reporter. And when you win $5,000. Your video gets seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people on YouTube, and you get put into the very front of the running to be hired as a reporter / anchor right here in our operation. Do you have what it takes to be the next Info Warrior? The rules are posted below me here and at Infowars.com. This is a big deal. You know, the globalists are expanding their global empire, but at the same time, the people are waking up all over the world. We've expanded our operations in the last year. We've added the nightly news 5 nights a week. We're making more special reports. We're reaching 15 million people every week. In a year, I want that to be 30 million. This is your chance to join the team. I want to see what you can do. But a big hint is this. Can your news piece make the news? Does it get people's attention? Does it educate people? Does it open minds? That's more important than being beautiful or speaking with perfect eloquence as an orator. All of that is important. But we're looking for people that have that magic spark, that fire of liberty in their heart, because I want you to join our team. I want to give you a launch pad so you can really take off and engage the globalist. And if this works, we'll have contests all the time, and we'll continue to build this operation. I'm involved in a talent search, looking for people who have the fires of liberty burning in their hearts and their minds. You've got until April 30th to complete your news report, and then we'll announce the winners 1 week later. Are you going to join the Info War? Do you have what it takes? It's up to you. All serious entries will be posted on Infowars.com. So everybody wins. You're getting the message of liberty out, and that's what really matters. But in the final equation, it's not about showing Alex Jones what you got. It's about showing the world and the globalist, that no army can stop an idea whose time has come. Join me in the info war. So you say you want to fight the info war. You say you want to go head up against the New World Order. You can do a better job than Alex Jones? I know you can. And here's your chance to prove your mettle.